And that's a shame. That's probably more like 2 minutes lost to that, honestly. I need to get better at that. I need to practice that. That's on my list now. Alright, so this is the spoopiest star. As you all know very well, some of the stars in this game are very spoopy. This one in particular is simultaneously a sprint and a very spoopy star. So, I say this ahead of time to warn all of you, because this star is in fact very spoopy. If you feel that there is a threat of you getting spooped out during this star, I understand if you need to leave the stream. If you leave the stream now for about, I want to say if you leave the stream for about 3 minutes, the spoopy star will be over. So you can just head out for 3 minutes if you were gonna be spooped out, because I understand. You know what? I'm not gonna judge. When I first played this game, I was so spooped out by this star I could barely play. It was the hardest star in the game for me, simply because I was just spooped out and I couldn't play right. But through immense hours of practice, I managed to be able to consistently play well while the spoopiness is happening. So it's pretty tough stuff. I understand. Here comes the scary part, so you might want to leave right now. So, as you can see, this is the spoopiest ghost there is. He's very, very spoopy. He has this helmet, and he's got glasses on it. And, like, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about these glasses. They're just so spoopy, you know? You feel me, guys? It's like, they're really scary. So, yeah. This is one of the hardest stars in the game, only because it's very hard to not get spooped out by the glasses. It's actually, you may think it's kind of fast to beat him because you don't have to do the race again, but most of the time saved by beating him is actually because he's on screen for less. And when the spoopy ghost is on screen less, no matter how good you are at the spoopiness, you just play better when the spoopy ghost is off screen. So I try to keep him off screen at all times, just to play better, you know? And that's the only reason. Okay, so, the spoopy star is coming to a close. I did pretty good. I'm proud of my effort on that. That was pretty spoopy stuff. So, it's pretty spoopy. But we're good here. So this star, and I have to talk about this star every time I come up to it, just in case, you know. This is the spoopiest star of the run. So, I try to be accepting. I try to be a nice person. If you guys are, as they say, spooped out by this star, I am comfortable if you need to leave the stream because of how spoopy this star is. That's okay. The second spoopiest is the one after this, with the spoopy rock monster. He's pretty spoopy. But yeah, this is a pretty spoopy star. So if you need to leave the stream for about 3 minutes, that's how long, well, from here it's going to be about 2 minutes. If you leave the stream for about 2 minutes, you don't have to watch the spoopy star. I understand. But if you're going to be brave, I'm proud of you, you know? If you're going to watch the spoopy star, I'm proud of you. So that's all I gotta say. So this guy is very spoopy. So yeah, he's pretty spoopy. That's all I gotta say. Milkman has to leave every time. You know, we'd be nice to Milkman here. So let me actually explain this as best as I can. As you can see right now, I'm in second place, but in a second, I'm gonna be in first place, and then I'm gonna be off screen, or rather, he's gonna be in a second if I don't screw everything up. He's going to be, let me make sure I get this. Okay, he's off screen now, so the idea of this is you want to get him off screen as quick as possible, because if he's on screen, if he's off screen, you don't have to look at him. And I don't know about you guys, but when I speedrun, it's very hard to get past this star without getting extremely spooked out, right? So, if he's off screen there and you're in first, the reason it's faster is because you can play better because he's not on screen and you're not getting spooked out. Right? So, that's the strat. You want to keep him off screen and then he's not spooked out. I don't know if you guys have seen the TAS of this level, but you can't actually TAS this level. The emulator, it crashes when he comes on screen because the emulator is spooked out by that much. The emulator is spooked out, so that's why there aren't any TASs of this game. Any TAS of this game has to skip the spoopy star because it can't do it. Yeah, it's pretty spoopy. It's pretty spoopy. So that's why, like, if you do a TAS, it's got a time loss because you can't TAS the spoopy star. You can't, like, that's what I'm saying. You right, guys? Alright, so that's the strat, and you can't actually TAS it. So, you also can't do IL runs of it. It's too spoopy for that, but if you're doing any percent, you can handle the spook during an any percent run, but ILs, because you have to keep resetting, you have to do it so much that you can't actually do it. Your body shuts down when it's so spooked out by the star. Anyway, so this star, I gotta explain this, guys, and I have to explain this every time, just because I'm a considerate human being, you know? This star is a very spoopy star. It is, in fact, one of the spoopiest stars in the run. So, I'm just warning you guys, if you consider yourself easily spooked, you might want to run from the stream. You might want to take a break from watching because this is a spoopy star. Alright? So I'm just telling you this right now, so those who are easily spooked, yeah, here it is, spook trigger warning. If you are easily spooked, you may want to consider leaving the stream, as this is in fact a very spoopy star. Now that all those who leave right now, it's coming up in a moment, the spoopiest part of the star is not, in fact, the spoopy ghost. It is, in fact, the spoopy ghost's spoopy helmet. Just looking at that helmet gives me chills down the back of my neck. It's so spoopy. In fact, just look at the tongue, guys. Look at the tongue. Anyway, I'm gonna have to stop doing this because this star needs incredible focus. This is easily the hardest star in the game, simply because of the spoop level involved in this star. So as you can see right now, I'm actually in first place, and I'd like to explain something very briefly. It's faster to be in first place because when you're in first place, the spoopy ghost is off screen. And if the spoopy ghost is off screen, when the spoopy ghost is off screen, it's actually a lot easier to play because you're just not as spooked out, you know? It's just a lot easier without being spooked out, you know? So that's why we try to keep in first place for the whole race. Doing ILs of this, there's no actual IL world record here because doing individual level runs of this star is impossible. You can't do it. The problem is that the exposure to spoopiness that this star gives you, the exposure to spoopiness that this star gives you is so high that us RTA runners have to practice, and we go through various diets, you know. We go through diets, fasting, anything we can do to not get spooped out at that star. Anything we can do to not get spooped out at the star. So, it's really tough for us, but doing it more than once back to back is possible if you're really good. But, IL, like, when you're actually, like, trying to get good times in this level, it's so spoopy that no one actually has the ability to do ILs of this level because of simply because of how spoopy it is. No one has the stone cold soul necessary to be able to do that star and only that star for a very long period of time that you would have to do if you're doing ILs. So that's why there's no ILs of that level, if you were wondering. Oh, I shot one too many. Alright, so this star is very spoopy. I just really want to warn all of you here. So this is a spoopy star. I just feel like warning you how spoopy this star is. You may get spooped out when watching this star. Okay? So, if you consider yourself someone who is easily spooped, you may want to leave the stream now, because this star is very spoopy. The spoopiest part of this star is this ghost here. He is the spoopy ghost. And we must fear the spoopy ghost, for he is spoopy. As you can see, he has his spoopiest helmet ever. And this helmet's actually the spoopiest part of the game. Not many people know this, but the Wii... They say that the Wii is very, I went for it. Why did I go for it? The Wii is a very weak console in comparison to the Xbox 360. But what they neglect to remember is that the Wii isn't weak, it's optimized for a very specific thing. There's history of Mario, of the controller and the console being developed for Mario games, instead of the other way around. Like, they literally made the analog stick exclusively for Mario 64. And in this game, they actually made the Wii as it was. People say it isn't powerful, but that isn't true. It is powerful. They simply optimized it to show the spoopiest possible things for this one level. I got thrown, dude. I'm not gonna win now. I'm gonna lose the spoopy race. It's close! Okay, we're good. Oh man, I'm losing a lot of time here. Okay, so, they made the Wii as it is in order to render the spoopy ghost on screen. If they had gone for a more powerful design, like the Xbox 360 or the PS3, the ghost would have crashed the game. So they decided to optimize in this way in order to be able to display the ghost on screen. That's all I'm saying, okay? Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things about English grammar I don't like, but who and whom is a stupid distinction. Affect and affect and effect are a good distinction and necessary, but who and whom don't... I can't think of a sentence where, like, they would mean different things. Alright, so guys, this star is a very spoopy star. And I'm just warning you now, because this star is incredibly spoopy. If you consider yourself someone who may be spooped easily, you may want to leave the stream now to prevent unnecessary spoopening. This star is known to be one of the spoopiest stars. I would say it's tied for the spoopiest star of the game, but that that doesn't diminish its spoopiness. It's a very spoopy star. So you see how there's this sun here, and it's backing the boo. It's the back of the boo. When they were originally playtesting it, that sun was like the moon, okay? So that sun looked a lot closer to the moon. I guess it's still technically the moon, but it doesn't have craters on it. It's basically just a white circle. So, the funny story, what actually happened is when they were playtesting it, they brought in a bunch of kids who obviously are the target demographic, and when they got to the star, they were so scared by just the boo against the moon that, that Nintendo had to nerf the moon and remove its craters, so it was basically just a white circle. The kids were fainting, and it was a health risk, unfortunately. Fast forward to 2010, Mario Galaxy 2 comes out, and Mario Galaxy 2 is frequently hailed to be an edgier version of that game, of this game at least. It's supposed to be more difficult, and for most cases it is. It's important to note, though, that they added a level in Mario Galaxy 2 called Boo Moon. Boo Moon! Coincidence? I think not. That has been your spoopy fact of the day. Toward and towards is stupid. Toward the shark, towards the shark. I think they're the same word, honestly. So that was the spoopy fact of the day. Brought to you by Frommy Fro. Alright. Alright, so boys. This is the spoopiest star in the speedrun. This is the spoopiest star in the speedrun. Yeah. The reason the star is so spoopy is because you have to race this spoopy ghost. Now, I have a new theory for all of you today. It is said that on April 19th, 2015, the spoopy ghost killed Milkman. Right? Here's the theory. You ready? But how does a... Nice. That won't kill the run. I'm okay. I will beat him still. No Froggy Spoopy for a second, because I'm focusing. I have to actually beat him now. Okay, so, I'm gonna lose like 20 seconds here, I think. That was not very solid, but it's okay, I didn't lose. It was only like 10 seconds, that's okay. That wasn't even that bad. Okay, so, but the thing you race is a ghost. And ghosts can't kill people because they're ghosts, they can't touch anything. What if that ghost is Milkman? What if all this time we've been not racing spoopy helmet ghost, but instead racing Milkman? But hey, that's just a theory game, Theroy. Thanks for watching. So boys, this star is very spoopy, highly spoopy. So spoopy that if you consider yourself someone who is easily spooked, you may want to consider leaving the stream now. This is a very, very, very spoopy star. So we see that there's actually meat floating around. And I don't know about you guys, but when I think about meat, the first thing that comes to mind is that one really annoying level in Bowser's Inside Story. But then I realized, wait, that meat level was inside of Bowser, and there's meat here too. So what if the entirety of Super Mario Galaxy takes place in Bowser's stomach? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Are we supposed to be like stupid since Shadow's here?
No, we're supposed to misspell words.
That's what I mean.
Don't tell him he doesn't know about the meme yet, Kappa. He still thinks I'm really misspelling the words, XD. I guess that when I misspell a word, it messes with Shadow's OCD, Kappa. Oh, his stream buffered. Damn.
Good.
He's not gonna get my memes. Shoutouts to Shadow. Shadow's always my favorite mod.
Memery at its finest.
Shadow's pretty good at memes. Alright boys, so this star is actually really spoopy. If you consider yourself someone who is easily spooked, you may want to consider exiting the stream now.
At least for the next 2 minutes, you
may want to consider leaving the stream because this star may make you spooked.
I just freaking did that.
So, the reason the star is spoopy is there's actually, a spoopy ghost. And
you heard me
he has
talk about
a
it
spoopy
earlier.
helmet with a spoopy sunglasses attached to it. And today I want to talk to you about a race. So, it's very hard to tell the difference between racing him to the finish and rapidly running away from him for fear of your life. And in this case, under the guise of a race, you're actually trying to run away from him, and if he catches up to you by he winning the race, you get eaten by the spoopy ghost. The reason that they had it a race and not a run for your life amnesia style thing is because they needed to maintain the everyone rating on this game. Shigeru would not allow them to have any rating besides everyone, so they had to make it a race. But that's just a cover up. I'm telling you.
No,
I promise.
Can you seriously not understand?
Can you seriously not understand my English? Honestly, you're the one of the dumbest people I've ever met.
Live ever met.
Thanks, Shadow, for the memes.
Shammy.
It was a good one. Oh yeah, sorry, Fub. I don't actually have a hooker. I don't have that kind of cash on me right now. I actually am just using a nightstand, but I drilled a hole into it so I can still fuck it if I want. Just in case. So it's basically a hooker. Basically a hooker. I'd argue it's the same thing. Oh god.
I drilled a
Is this
hole
gonna
into
screw up my
it so I
route?
can still fuck it if I want. Quoting Froggy 2015.
I did the wrong star. I'm doing spoopy for some reason. And I should be doing secret. What's the next star? Alright, so this won't actually affect my route at all. Okay, so this star is very spoopy. If you think of yourself as someone who is easily spooked, you may want to leave the stream now. In this star, I must race across a spoopy bone field while pursued by the spoopy ghost. Present throughout the spoopy bone field are two different types of bones. There's regular bones that are dead, yo, and there's these meaty bones that are not dead, yo.
But that are milkman's bones.
So here's my thought. Clearly, some bones are dead, yo, and some bones are not dead, yo. That must mean that certain bones are more valuable than other bones. What if Froggy Spoopy is secretly just a metaphor for social classism? But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory!
Oh, you do it wrong. It's a Gmay thyroid.
It's a Gmay.
Thanks for watching!
Actually, the bones are my mom's.
Agme thyroid. Let's do it. There you go.
Can you break 130?
All right, guys.
730.
So this star
Yeah,
is
he's
spoopy.
definitely gonna do that.
This star is very spoopy.
The second spoopiest star in the game.
This is the spoopiest star in the game. The other one's only the second spoopiest. This is the spoopiest
Oh.
star in the game and the spoopiest star of the speedrun. So if you consider yourself someone who is
It's so
easily spooked,
It's so spoopy my butt started twitching.
It really rustled my jimmies.
No, like, I'm not even kidding. My butt started twitching.
now if you think this star, if you are someone who is easily spooked, you may want to consider leaving the stream now, because this star is known to spoop, and spoop long, and spoop hard.
Just like my dick.
So in this star, you are Boo Mario, or as some people now pronounce it, Boo Mario.
Remember to shoot away star bits. You don't need them.
You're right. Okay. So you see there's these spring guys. They have springs on all four sides, but they also have eyes. So the fact that they have eyes would indicate that they are alive, right? So here's my theory for this one. If they're alive, but they're made of metal, right? Because they got springs. Wait, no. Okay, I can't focus when I'm doing this and I'm tired. So, they have springs, one on their head, one on their arm, one up top, one on one side, one on the other side, and one beneath them, right? But they have eyes, so that would indicate they're alive. Here's my theory, my game theory, my Gmay theory. So if they have one up top, and because they're alive, they probably are humanoid, that one might be hair. There's two on the sides, that might be arms or legs. But then there's one beneath them. What if they have a giant penis? And the spring on the bottom is their penis.
Kind of like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Yeah. So when you like spring underneath them, it literally like you're like rubbing against their penis and you fap them off. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. This star is spoopy. This star is very spoopy. This star is the second spoopiest star in the game and the second spoopiest star in the speedrun. If you consider yourself someone who is easily spooked, you may want to consider leaving the stream now, as this star may spook you out. This star features a spoopy ghost who wears a spoopy top hat, and we must race the spoopy ghost to reach the spoopy star, which is given to us under the branches of these spoopy trees. Now, today, I want to talk to you about one thing in particular, and that's right over here, past these meat stick things. No, let me this way. See, there's this guy, and he goes like, yuck, 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 and he's laughing. See how he's laughing? Now we have to consider, what is he laughing at? I have two possible theories to explain what that skeleton back there who's going hop, hop, hop with his arms is laughing at. One theory is that these skeletons are laughing at Mario's appearance, because it's the 21st century, not many people wear overalls. I feel like this is a very strong theory, but I think it fails to truly emphasize why he's doing the motion with his arms, where he's putting his arms up and down. I think these skeletons have evolved a protection mechanism to scare off predators by chomping their teeth like as if they're going to eat them, and then moving their arms up and down in a very spoopy fashion. So, I gotta focus on menuing for a second. So that is for this reason that I conclude the skeletons aren't actually dead, but instead are alive, and the fact that they are alive is demonstrated by the evolution, by natural selection, and by these processes that only exist in, deceased creatures. But hey, here, let me say this, more on this later. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching.
I have a ROM of Super Monkey Ball Jr. somewhere on my computer.
This star is spoopy.
Ooh.
This star is very spoopy.
Who's Boneyard?
This star is the spoopiest star in the
Wait,
game.
hold up, you could sub 7.
Spoopier
I
than
can't.
Spoopy 1.
No, you can.
If I play perfectly, I'll sub 7, but that's not gonna happen.
No, you can sub 7.
Now,
You can sub 7. 2 minutes from here, you can sub 7. There is no doubt in my head that you can sub 7.
Alright, I know I can do it, but that means I have to
So
not
fucking
mess
do
up.
that, man.
I don't have much confidence in me not messing up. Anyway, so...
I'm running off 1.5 liters of Pepsi, alright?
I am too. Well, it's Coke, because Pepsi sucks.
I'm just the one. I don't like soda, so. Yeah.
Oh god, you all call it soda, don't you? Oh, fucking hell.
I'm just gonna play SM64.
What do you guys
that
call it?
doesn't use
Pop?
controller. Pop.
Pop. No, we just call it Coke and Pepsi.
I call it Coke and Pepsi too, when he says he... But what do you call the general term of, like, fizzy drinks?
Well, we don't really. We just say like lemonade, orangeade, Fanta.
So if you wanted to say, I don't like, what would you say? Just nothing? Like, I don't like Coke or Pepsi or...
We would say just like, I don't like Fanta, or I don't like Coke, or I don't like this, or I
That's
don't like
weird, because
That would take a while.
that would take a very long time to list out all the types of
I
soda.
know, because normally in conversation, people won't say to you like, do you like soda? People will say to you, do you like...
Okay.
And the thing is, it's that rare an occurrence that when they do, they just say fizzy drinks, and you can fucking easily sub 7, you deluded fuck.
Right, chat. So this star is spoopy. This star is very spoopy. This is the second spoopiest star in the game. And the spoopiest star in the speedrun. Shit, yo. I messed up. So if you consider yourself someone who is easily spooked, now is your chance to leave this stream before it gets super spoopy.
This ain't spooky, you little bitch.
This star is spoopy because you must race the spoopy ghost to get the spoopy star.
That's not what his name is.
He wears a spoopy helmet during the spoopy race. Now, today's theory is a bit of an interesting one. First, I'll begin by presenting my evidence, and then I'll allow you, the viewer, to draw your claim as you please. For starters, evidence piece 1. There's 2 circular planets surrounding this level. One you start on, and one that you race into to get the star. That's evidence piece 1. Evidence piece 2. The entire maze is full of bones. Remember that. Bones. It becomes important later. Evidence piece 3. There's trees on these circular planets that look suspiciously like hair. What if the entire spoopy race is actually his dick?
I
My mind.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
It's Gamay.
Gamay theory.
Game thyroid.
You need to get good at that race and get low 40s.
I'm just shit at the race is the issue. Like, I can't do it. Alright, this star is spoopy. This star is very spoopy. This is the spoopiest star in the speedrun. If you consider yourself someone who is easily spooked, now is your chance to leave the stream. In this star, we must race the spoopy ghost, who wears a spoopy helmet and sticks out his spoopy tongue. Now, today I'd like to talk to you about his tongue. As you can see, when he goes around... Wait, let me focus on this. Nice, got it, okay. When he sticks out his spoopy tongue, he looks like he's licking ice cream. I'm here today to argue that that's not a coincidence, and Nintendo is trying to say something deep and influential and stuff about this. So obviously this ghost is dead. So that's a number 1. That's fact 1. What else do we know about this ghost? He's very round in appearance. You might say he's fat. His tongue is like he's licking ice cream. Today I theorize that the ghost died while eating ice cream of diabetes. And Nintendo made this game to teach children about good eating habits. They too would not want to die of diabetes like this ghost. They would want to live a long and happy life. That's why you should never eat ice cream. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. I don't have a spoopy. Crap. I can't do it, man. I can't do it this run. I can't think of one. Yeah, my mind is blank. I need to focus. I can't do a spoopy. This is the saddest day ever. I know it was horrifying, Cuber. It's very spoopy. I'm proud of you, though. You made it through it, man. Good job. Power to you. You got through it. I'm really proud of you guys. Good job. You were certainly more brave than I was when I first played this game. It's okay. I've actually memorized the positions I have to move my hand to. I have my eyes closed the whole star, because it's just so spoopy that you can't handle it. You can't handle it. It's that spoopy. Okay, I'm gonna go for frame perfect here. Whee! Didn't get it. Dang it. And Flygon, I make it sound so official because it is so official. It's the real strat, dude. Cool Areno. Dmeeper, it's incredibly spoopy. I don't know what Milk is talking about, saying it's not that spoopy. It is spoopy in lethal amounts. Bop. Easy peasy. So, it's not it's spoopy in lethal. Okay. This star may not be spoopy, but there is a star in 100%. Even spoopier. That star is so ludicrously spoopy that, it's just, that one's so spoopy that that's the reason I haven't done 100% yet. It's just I haven't trained enough to be able to get through that star without getting spooped out. It's the spoopy ghost race where you are a spoopy ghost and there is a spoopy ghost you must race to the star. It's one of the dude, what's it? It's one of the galaxies, the Starbit galaxies, you know, the pink Luma ones. It's one of those. I think it's like the kitchen, or I don't know which one it is, but one of them is very spoopy. It might be like the garden, I don't know. Please hit. Good. Boneyard. Yeah, Boneyard. Bood Boneyard. It's very spoopy. It's incredibly spoopy. If I'm thinking of the right star, I should be, at least. Maybe I'm thinking of the one in Galaxy 2, that one's also pretty spoopy. Where did oh yeah, I remember this star. This is the first big mistake. So we're gonna start saving time now. Buoy Base also was crappy. Could you approximate what I said? I referenced that the Wii is actually the reason that the Wii is not as powerful as the Xbox 360 or the PS3 is because they optimized the Wii to be able to display the spoopy ghost. And if you were to run this game on the Xbox 360 or the PS3, the spoopy ghost would crash the game. This is true. Nope. Ripped. This is going bad. No. Nope. Okay, good. Was it a good one? I don't know. I usually say that about the same thing every time. I like to mix it up and think up a new crazy fact about the spoopy ghost each time, but, you know. The Wii was optimized for Frommy Spoopy. Dude, it was. Okay, here comes a 25-second time save. Here comes another 25-second time save in these next two stars. The stream crashed for you. It was too spoopy for you. Hello, La the Amazing. Welcome to the stream. It's always nice to see new faces around here. And you came in at the right spot. You just missed the scariest star. The spoopiest star in the game. I just beat it. It was very spoopy. Highlight all of them so you can make a montage of all the best. If you move on to another, yeah. I should, man. Froggy Spoopy is the hypest part of the run. And I totally improv them and think up a new one on the spot every time. I'm gonna start forgetting them. My favorite one so far was the one where I said, if you're pregnant, you may want to leave the stream, for this is a very spoopy star. You would not want to get your baby spooked. That was the best one. This one was overrated, Milk. The froggy pregnancy one was the best. Okay. Ba 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 bra bum bum ba bum. Don't rop on Poison Swamp. Toward and towards a preference. Dude, you know that one accent? I don't know what European country it is. I think it's a number of European countries. I know Irish, when they pronounce THs as hard T's. So if you don't think about, I talk to the sign. Dude, rop at bubble buoy thingy. They don't say think, they say tink. But when they don't say third, it's turd, and it's very funny, if you've ever heard it. And Spoopy's more important than the race. The longer the race, the more time I have to Spoopy. Kappa B. 3 Spoopy, 5 me. Bible Thump T-Gap.
Fun fact.
I fear
no one has gotten a world record on that race and survived.
Yeah, he just like, he rapes you with the dick that you race him in. Kappa B.
You instantly combust into flames.